Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Midwest Slamcast. Today I got my boys in Cicada on the show.
What we doing? I'm Eric.
I'm AJ. I do vocals for Cicada.
I'm guitar and bass on the records.
Good, hell yeah. So how you guys been?
Pretty good.
What you been up to? You went fishing for like 16 hours yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I woke up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, got up, left, drove an hour, got there at 6, and then probably fished there for about 6 hours, and then drove up to Beaver Dam to go fish with some friends from work up there. Yeah, it was a long day.
Do you have like a big like sled that you like carry all your shit in and shit? Or
So I am an avid bass fisherman, like during the spring, summer, and fall. When it comes to the ice fishing stuff, I'm incompetent. So I just kind of go out with the guys that have stuff. I'm like, hey, can I borrow a couple tip-ups? Can you teach me some things?
I used to go with my grandpa, and he had like a fucking like a shanty thing with the fucking like heater and shit.
Yeah, that's like when I went out with my uncle yesterday, I was like, all right, we're gonna go out, we're probably gonna like stand on the ice and like do the whole thing. No, my uncle brought out like 3 ATVs, he brought out a fucking ice shanty on like a UTV on a fucking hitch and stuff. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And they're like doing donuts on the ice. I'm like,
It has not been that cold. It's terrifying going
I'm
out
like,
on
dude,
that.
I've never really even walked on the ice. You guys just driving around on the
Crazy.
Damn, I suck. I wasn't even recording my voice.
Oh, no.
That's why doing this by myself fucking sucks.
Yeah,
but
dude.
you know what? I'll take the audio from the camera for the intro.
Okay.
Whatever.
all good.
It happens.
So I want to know, like, where you guys like got your start in music.
Ooh. My start in music was very young. I was probably like 8th grade when I started getting into music. Started listening. What was I listening to back then? I think I was listening to like Metro Station and stuff like that, which was weird. It's really weird, but I was in 8th grade. I didn't really know. Eventually, a buddy of mine showed me A Day to Remember, and I was like, yo, what is this? You can
Hell
do
yeah.
heavy stuff? So I kind of got into it. I started trying to like learn how to scream and stuff like that. I tried to find my purpose in music, so I had like my parents buy me like a drum set. I used it for like 2 weeks, and I was like, I think I want to do vocals.
What was the brand of the drum set? Because that's always funny. Because like they had like just all these like shitty brands of drum sets that like.
I think my parents actually just like went to a music store and just found an electric drum set.
Oh, really?
They were a little bit smarter, you know. They were like, all right, we don't want to have the house be ridiculously loud.
Yeah.
But I mean, have you ever played an electric drum set? Like you have your headphones on, you're playing it, you can hear everything. But like on the outside, it's just loud as hell, and it's just
Yeah.
Terrible. So I got my start. I was like 8 years old. I heard some like Christian rock record, and I thought it was drums, but it was like a guitar and drop C. I was like, I got to do that. My parents bought me an acoustic from what was it? Fleet Farm or Farm and Fleet, one of those two. They had like a $35 kids toy acoustic. That was my first guitar, and it was unplayably bad. It was just terrible, but like I kept with it after I grew up a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Kinda funny, like absolutely worthless instrument, but you know, here I am today because of it. Kind of funny.
How long did it take until you like started like getting into like electric?
I got my first electric when I was like 12. Which it was like $100, came with an amp. And I started taking lessons around then, which my parents were like, hey, you know, your siblings are starting college. We're going to help them, like, pay half their bills for that.
Mhm.
And I got guitar lessons.
Dude, hell yeah.
What's up?
I took like a total of 1 guitar lesson.
Well, you're...
Well, actually 2. I took one from Nigel.
There you go. Well, you're pretty great. Like, to be real, for like mostly teaching yourself, you're phenomenal, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Thanks.
I got
It was all like tabs, basically, for me. Like, just looking up tabs, learning how to play songs that way.
Yeah.
And then when Guitar Pro came along, that was like revolutionary.
Oh, dude,
I
definitely.
remember that. Yeah.
I had like a binder full of tabs, just like
Yeah.
hundreds of songs worth of tabs I'm trying to learn, and that's like kind of got the ball rolling, got me playing other things besides like crappy little Christmas songs or whatever they taught you in as a kid, like at the crappy music center I went to. I don't know. The guy actually ended up running for governor or some shit, and definitely did not win.
Your
My
guitar
my
teacher?
first
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Oh,
Or no,
shit.
yeah. And then I took guitar lessons from a dude named Dallas for probably like 6 or 7 years, and he taught me like everything I know. That guy's great. Uh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
he's from a band, like a blues band called Super Custom Deluxe. I don't know if they're still doing anything, but they were pretty rocking.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I took guitar lessons though. Like looking back, like just because it's like, like as an adult, I feel like it's way more difficult to learn like music theory as like you already like kind of have made your way without it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's a language really of its own. It's kind of like how if you start learning languages as a kid, it's a lot easier than as an adult. Same thing.
Yeah,
Kinda
I like understand a lot of like basic concepts, mainly like rhythmic concepts because of like playing the drums and shit.
Yeah.
But when it comes to melodic, when fucking like I hear like you or Nigel talking about like scales and shit, that's like exactly like you guys are like speaking a different language,
Yeah.
and it's like
Well, dude, for like mostly figuring stuff out by ear, like as I'm sure you probably mostly like apply, like you want to hear something that you know is in your head.
yeah,
You just put it out on the guitar. Like you're very good at that for not like having the theory background or anything. Like you know what you're doing regardless, dude.
yeah.
Like
Yeah, I feel like I've kind of like found a way to get around it. I do still want to learn it though, like and get better with it because I feel like that would like kind of help me in my like songwriting a little bit.
there's only really so much to learn. Like you need to know like the modes. I feel like which notes are within whatever like scale you're working with, and then like definitely like the Nashville numbers, so you know which intervals are like all relative to one another, and like from there, it's just like writing within the confines of like what works together. Like oh, I'm in G Lydian for this piece. I know these notes work here, and then beyond that, it's like I'm gonna push beyond that. Like modal interchange is a concept I don't really understand, but like use anyway to just change the complete feel of the piece. Like you don't got to stay in one key,
Mm-hmm.
or you can modulate from like mode to mode within the same key if you just dance around in other keys. It's all weird. I don't know. I'm not great with it.
It's
and I wish I knew
complicated
more.
shit.
It is. Dude, it's really heady. Like you can study music theory your whole life and really never get everything. I feel.
Yeah. Well, then I feel like the people that are like all music theory based, like their like music almost isn't as good. So,
I
like
think I
sometimes.
would agree with
I
that
would
because
too.
like I feel like there's a lot of people who talk about like classically trained vocalists, but
Yeah.
it's like I feel like there's a lot of classically trained vocalists out there, but there's a lot of non-classically trained vocalists out there who sound really good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, if you look at who's popular, it's not the guys going to Juilliard necessarily or Berkeley.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
some guy from, whatever state.
People that are like all theory, like almost don't have like feeling in their music. It's more like like way too technical or like, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there can be such thing as too technical in my opinion.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
It gets so dense. It's like, okay, there's a million details here, and they're all really nice, but like, what am I supposed to focus on?
Mm-hmm.
Like, to a certain degree, I feel like music is just an expression of like whatever you're feeling. And it makes sense to evoke feeling and not just be like, here is the fastest, flashiest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can play technical and evoke emotion, but like genuinely, I want people out there beating ass. I don't want them standing there watching in awe while I'm tapping a million miles an hour. Like I don't like doing that anyway. It's too much work.
Well, Archspire is still sick though.
It's like my favorite band. I love them. Yeah, I would never down them. Yeah, dude. I can play one song by them, and it's just honestly not fun. It's not that fun. It's too much effort.
Yeah.
I mean, I think them as a band, I think they're incredibly talented musicians.
Oh, it's a little closer.
But like, dude, it's so technical. It's
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, oh dude, yeah, it's the whole time it's 110% from everybody. It becomes a lot to take in,
Yeah.
for sure. Like I pride myself in my writing in like having a balance between like technical like ability and like a catchy riff. I like an
Mhm.
earworm riff where it's like, hey, I can remember every
Dude, I get your fucking riffs stuck in my head all the time.
good.
Like I just be like humming that shit, like fucking
yeah.
cleaning the house or some
I
shit.
love
Like
it, bro.
you guys are fucking sick.
Thank you, bro. No,
Thank you.
Zeal too,
Like
man.
I'm glad that you guys are my homies and shit, and like
Dude, we're glad that
Like-
you're fucking our homie and you're allowing us to come on to this Super Sick show and you
Oh,
know
yeah.
and just
this is like our second time doing this actually.
Yeah, we were like your first one ever. We were at practice and then we
Yeah.
never released it.
I mean, we could one day.
We
The only
could.
like you guys were great on it. Like it was legitimately like I like hurt. That was I just didn't prepare at all and fucking. That's I've learned that like if I don't prepare at all, like that can be kind of a rough episode. Like for me, like I'll like watch myself and just be like, ugh.
no, I feel that you know like your own worst critic. I
Yeah.
totally feel that 100%.
That's tough. That's tough. Like fucking editing this thing too. Like
Yeah,
like,
because you want to make
haven't
yourself look good.
yeah, having to like listen to all your like teeny tiny mannerisms that you do and shit.
Yeah.
That's just irritating. But anyways, enough about me. Let's talk about fucking Cicada, guys. So like, so is your it's technically called 2024, right? Or is that
No, it's the record's called 221.
221?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so cicadas come out. There's 3 types of them, I believe. There's like the annual cicada that comes out every year. There's the 13-year cicada, which comes out every 13 years and just sleeps, like hibernates in between. And then there's 17-year as well. So 2024 was the first time in 221 years that all 3 are out at once.
Okay, that's where I got confused.
Yeah,
Is-
so yeah,
with the Roman numeral.
yeah, it's 13 times 17, 221. So this is the
Okay.
last year was the only year in our lifetime we're gonna see all the cicadas out at the same time. So we're like, hey, we got to drop the record before the year's out. So that's what we did.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, I think also the little bit of the significance behind it is like we started the band in 2021 and like I know it doesn't necessarily match 100% with the name 221, but like 221 is like that's the biggest time of like our lives because that's when the band started. That's when we were able to like, all right, this is what we want to do. This is the trajectory we want to kind of go into. And I think that's when we kind of really started working towards something.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been just like amassing a bunch of material. Really, like I've been writing. Well, we wrote most of those songs in 2021 that we just released. So we've been like sitting on them. Just honestly, it took a while to get it going. Everything's a process. Everything takes forever.
I mean, same for us. Like
Yeah.
we were a band like easily like 3 years before we even put like Rediscover out.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the best pieces of advice I've ever been given by a peer in the music scene is when you're starting out a band, like all you have is time. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
the minute that you rush to put stuff out and it's a rush product, that's when the timer starts and it's like, all right, now you're expected to have more music out faster and faster and faster.
Mhm.
We wanted our product to be something that was we could look at and be proud of. On top of that, you know, there was member changes and trying to find permanent members for the drums and everything like that because, you know, we had Narky in the beginning and he was a amazing person to have to help us just get this thing off of the ground. But obviously when Stayer started and everything like that, it was like, okay, he wants to kind of do that. What do we do from here? and I come from a band called Reaching Everest, and my drummer from that band, Alan, who's now our current drummer, I was like, dude, this guy's my favorite fucking drummer in the whole world.
So
Like,
good.
Dude, shout out Alan.
shout out Alan. Like Alan has been my best friend for so long. This is like I'll give you an example, right? I hit him up on the internet to play some talent show with me with a band that I signed up at my high school my senior year that didn't exist. I was like, yeah, my band will play this. And then I proceeded to go home and like start writing people on the internet. I was like, hey, I need a band because like I signed us up
Dude,
for
hell yeah.
the show and I don't have anybody. I found Alan, I found all the members, and I was like, all right, we should be okay. Never practice. Never. The day the show comes, we did, I think, second in Sebring by a Mice and Men.
Oh, really?
Wow.
It was awful,
I bet.
but somehow we got second place. I don't know how. And probably 3 months goes by, right? I'm like walking into McDonald's. Da-da-da-da-da. All of a sudden, Alan, I see him get out of a car from the drive-thru. He gets out of the car, runs inside. Hey, dude, do you still want to do music? Do you want to do the band? Yeah, sure.
Sick.
Started right there. And then, like, that's where Everest started. And it was like, all right, that's where the pursuit like really happened. I was like, dude, you followed me into a McDonald's to ask about a band? Hell yeah, let's do it.
That's crazy.
Dude, I didn't
heard that.
I didn't even know that Alan was in Reaching Everest.
Yeah, he was the original. He was actually the one that started the band with me and our original bassist, Saul. And then we ended up getting our guitarist, Ian, through our first guitarist, Jeremy, who wanted to go and do other things, which, shout out Jeremy, he was fucking awesome. But Ian came in, that's where Everest kind of started to take off. We started to kind of do things. And, I mean, the pandemic happened, obviously. That kind of tore through the music scene. So
Yeah.
that kind of put an end to that. I didn't think that I was going to do music ever again after that. I was like, all right, music's probably done for me. I'm just going to focus on work, whatever. And one day I just looked down at my phone and get a message request from Narky. I'm like, what is this? He's like, hey, man, you want to join a band? I'm like, whoa, fuck yeah, dude. Let's do it. Where do you want me to meet you guys? I ended up going to Narky's house and auditioning with these guys. Popped off.
Yeah, it was sick right from the bat.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What year was that?
2020 or 2021.
21.
Yeah.
21.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he came through and auditioned. We found him off a Spike cover. I don't remember what song it was, but it was filthy
It
and
was despised, dude.
yeah, nasty song. And yeah, he tore it up. So we had him come through. I think you had already written vocals for the first track because we had the first track. So that was like the only one that we really ran. And it was rocking. And we had a different guitarist at the time. We had Fernando instead of Nigel. So he had co-written that song with me along with a few others. And when Narky left, he bailed as well to focus on family. And now we got Nigel and Alan, and it's been rocking. It's been going well.
Dude, yeah, you guys get like, look, I like every time I see you guys, like it gets tighter and tighter. Like,
Thank you.
truly, and I'm like you and Nigel like don't have anything to work. Like you know, you guys are
Yeah.
fucking like the tightest guitarists that I know. You know, but like Alan, I've seen like his progression since like y'all's like first show and shit, and his progression has been crazy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
yours too, dude. Like as like a front
Thank you.
person.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank you.
What's crazy about Alan is he had ruined his drum set in a car accident like 2 years prior to joining the band. And then
shit.
he had to buy a new drum kit, which Narky gave us a stinky deal on, like
Oh yeah.
really nice deal. And so we got him a drum kit, and he had 2 months from buying the kit to playing our first show, and he hadn't played in 2 years on a kit, and he nailed it. Like honestly, like from the jump, he's been phenomenal.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We're
Alan
very lucky.
Alan is probably one of the most like what is the word? Like he's just so delicate with his process. Like I remember like when we used to practice at my old house and we would practice in the basement. I'd just be sitting there like on a random Wednesday. Now I just randomly hear Alan start popping off. Not even like playing like a whole thing. It was just like him practicing like one movement for 2 hours. Just like, I want to get this down. I want to get these triplets down. I want to get this down. And like his process has always just been so meticulous of getting things right and like I want to do it right. I want it to sound right. I want to sound just like the album. I want to show people that I can play the drums. I want to be as good as I used to be, you know, and like to see his progression in this band has just been something freaking awesome for me, you know. Like I said, like he's been my best friend for a long time. Like to watch him go from Everest where like we were like, dude, you're a fucking amazing drummer. And now it's like, dude, you've grown and just skyrocketed in your drumming. So I've just been proud of him. I'm proud of everybody in this band because like I feel like through all of the little trials and tribulations that we've had, it's been a constant like, yeah, we can have hard times, but we at the end of the day we come together, we're a family. We'll talk about things and we're gonna get it right. You know what I mean? And
Oh yeah.
that's been the biggest, I think, that's been like the biggest factor in just keeping us going in this band. You know what I mean? Is
Mhm.
like we have a family in each other. It's not just
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
music.
so important. So
Yeah.
important.
Like at the end of it all, we're brothers, really. Like all four of us are, best friends that get to pursue our communal dream of trying music out, like we get to go out and play shows and show people like, hey, like we're here, we're doing the thing. And it's a ton of fun, very rewarding, and I'm grateful to have these guys in my life.
Hell yeah. So do you guys want to go like track by track and kind of talk about like your writing process, like talk about like your lyrics,
Sure.
like
yeah,
and,
that'd
like
be awesome.
was there like a theme like in the lyrics, would you say, on this one? Or
So with the first album, because of COVID and everything like that, and everybody kind of getting back into the music scene, and especially within my own personal experiences within my head and everything, it was like I want to kind of showcase like those little stages of grief that happen, you know? And so it's like you have anger, and then you have anxiety, you have sadness, and then you have acceptance. And then like I think that was kind of like the process of that first album was like kind of showcasing like Kingdom in Flames, like it's a really pissed off song, but then you get to the summit, and the summit is very, I wouldn't say uplifting, but it's not as negative. You know
yeah,
what I
I would
mean?
say I noticed that like even in the music itself, like it's not as like I don't even know how to explain it. Like
Not
whatever
as
scales you're using
foreboding
sound
or
way happier than
no, yeah,
Right.
because most of like from a music theory perspective, most of the music's rooted in like harmonic minor, which
Mhm,
is like typically seen as one of the darker sounding modes.
mhm,
It's just like very ominous
mhm.
is probably the best word. Whereas the summit, uh, it's more. Let me think. Like Lydian or major, like more so, and it modulates between like the major and the hook, because you'll be in A sharp, uh, and then it'll go down to G for like the verses, so it's more like dark, and I'm just going between major and minor and doing some fancy modal scale work. It's fun. And from there's like some chords buried in the chorus of that song that are gorgeous. A lot of pedal tone chord work where it's like there's like a repeating note in all the chords, but there's like a movement around it. It's kind of sweet. But they're buried because it's like in the center along with the bass, and then there's like harmonized leads on left and right. So you really get a lot of the lead. But if you like turn the volume down a little more than like the other songs, it'll maybe pop out a bit more. You can hear some chords in there that are really colorful. I'm proud of how that one came out. And when we play it live, Nigel will be playing the chords. I'll be doing the lead. You'll really hear it better, I think. It'll be kind of cool. I'm looking forward to playing that live. We intend to play that for our record release show for the first time.
Oh hell yeah, we can shout that out. I'll just throw a flyer on the screen right now. But
But
February 28th,
February
That's right.
28th.
baby.
Cicada release show.
Zeal, Ouroborn, we got
Seven Cities Dead, Dark Deeds, and Bone Claw.
Them's our boys.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Homie hangs.
It's a
Fun.
stack show.
That's fucking homie hang if I ever seen it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's gonna be
fun.
a fucking good time. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, dude. I'm excited.
Yeah.
And it's
Come out, get your tickets.
what our second headlining gig. We did that charity event that we headlined. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time. This is exciting for us, you know, because we've been trying to get this damn album out for so long.
Yeah.
But you know, little bumps in the road.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think the progression from here on, I think with releasing music, our plans from here on are definitely there's some new music coming. Probably pretty soon within the next year.
Next year, probably.
But
Oh, hell yeah.
So the next record, we're trying to push some more boundaries, I feel. I mean, we can go back to talking about the first record in
Yeah,
a second.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
Let's
but it's
let's
getting
let's talk a little
faster.
bit because we talked about Kingdom of Flames and the Summit, but what about some of the other songs on there?
So, I mean, like the whole album, I think, is like an ode to like mental health, and I would have to say, kind of the trying to end the stigma behind so many people thinking that mental health doesn't matter because, like, I feel like there's a big portion of people out there who are afraid to either talk about getting medicated or afraid to be medicated or whatever that is. And like, if you listen to the songs, you know, there's you got Kingdom in Flames, you got Lifeless, you got Doses,
Yeah.
and like Lifeless is like that's definitely in my lowest point. I think in my life when I was writing that was like I was very alone. I was scared. I didn't know what my life looked like. But that song in specific was more so written about regrets that come from eager decisions. You know what I mean? Like, life is very difficult, but there is somebody out there that cares about you. You know what I mean? And like, you can't be. I don't know. You wanna
Yeah.
kinda
So Lifeless, kind of like takes the perspective of someone who's like suicidal, and ends up going through with the deed and like just the regret they feel as they're fading out. That's basically what the song is. My favorite lyric in that song has got to be like right before the solo. I've sealed my fate. Hear my name, feel my pain, and then like it stops for a second, and then AJ just belts out pain, and like the big fat fucking blast beat riff comes in. It's like a pivotal moment, kind of the centerpiece of the record. I don't know. I like that song a lot. But it is like it's important to think it's not suicide isn't really the answer. Like people all feel pain. We all have our struggles, and like it's not you don't gotta feel alone. You don't gotta hurt yourself. People care. That's basically what that song's about.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
That's a great message, man.
I mean, it's I don't know. It's kind of hard to speak on because like that what Eric just said, like that's something that like it's definitely been something that's like terrified me in my life. You know what I mean? Because I've had some really, really, really dark times, but like I've always thought about my family and like what it would do to them or my friends or anything like that. And that kind of catapults us into Doses, and that that's kind of like the point in time of my life where I was kind of I was on my knees and I was like, I want an answer. I want to get help. I'm tired of dealing with this by myself. And so I decided to go and get medicated. I'm on antidepressants and stuff like that now, and I've been on it for about 3 years. And my whole life has just been flipped upside down. You know what I mean? Like my life is colorful again, and I think within this first album, whether it's I don't know whether to say it's triggering or not, but like I want it to be something that is kind of in your face, but then it's like it's okay. You know what I mean? Like don't be afraid to get medicated because it's probably the most terrifying decision that you're going to have to make, but it will be the most beneficial decision that you will ever make is to get help. You know what I mean? You have
Yeah.
to want to get help.
To follow that up, like the last lyric in Doses is the doses I take, the doses my fate. Like you are tied to that dose once you like commit to it, and it's a scary thing. I take antipsychotics. I struggle with like a mental illness, but like the meds help. They really do, and like I have doctors to thank for helping me out. I've tried a bunch of different meds, and they are kind of terrifying sometimes. They're not all gonna work for you. Necessarily, and you gotta like try a few, I guess, and it's difficult to find like the right combination for you. It's weird,
Yeah.
but once you get there, like I feel a lot better on the meds than off them. I struggle with suicidality, if that's the word. That suicidal ideation probably is the way to say that. Just because like when I was a kid, if I can get a little heavy for a second, I struggled with like substance abuse issues as a kid, like in high school, and like I'm actually 13 years clean of heroin come April, which is crazy. But it like I racked up my brain, dude. I got to take meds now. Like it's a heavy thing to be shackled with, but like that's what Doses is really supposed to be about. Is like you know sometimes you just need some help, and it's okay to accept that.
Yeah. That's
Sorry
great.
for getting kind of heavy.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's
No,
okay.
yeah, like honestly,
This is all about you guys,
Yeah.
like
no, but
I mean, think that's like a great message because I know how like hard of a struggle, first of all, that is to like find that like balance of like medications and stuff. Like, my like sister growing up was like, she had bipolar disorder, and like she had to like figure out like a different like almost like the perfect like cocktail of like medication. I remember she was being on like lithium and shit like that, and
some of those meds get scary, dude.
it's like, yeah, but
It's just about trusting the process
Mhm.
and trusting your circle
But I-
around you. You know what I mean? Like,
mhm.
I don't know. Like, I think that there's a lot of negative shit in this world, and like, if you keep it in and you lock it in, like, it's only gonna make things worse. And I think that's what the whole album is about: is just letting things out, moving forward, and trying to come to a place where it's like, it starts really dark, and it progresses to this place where it's like, you have crooked dice where the message is, what would you say the message of crooked dice is?
It's basically like people will point fingers and blame you for whatever impact you have on them, while not really being concerned about whatever impact they have on you. Holy madman swore it happened, pointing fingers to cover their name. It's people definitely tend to have their own understanding of someone else, regardless of whatever's going on in that person's life. Like you can have beef with people, and it's just really based around misunderstanding. Like there's at the end of the day, we're all people. We all got enough in common. We shouldn't all be at each other's throats. But sometimes shit happens, and not everyone's gonna be friends. Like I've definitely had falling outs with people in my life that like I don't even know if I'm right or wrong, and it's like, hey man, I gotta trust that this is what's best. You know,
Yeah.
It-
I don't know. I feel like if you pay close enough attention, people will like tell you what their like intentions are, like by their actions. You know what I mean?
Actions do speak louder than words.
And like, yeah. No matter how many times they're like, dude, I want you to trust me. You need to trust me, man. Like that's just like you can see right through it, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
But yeah. Was that all the songs?
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
We could talk about like the guitar. Sorry, I'm
No,
sorry.
you're
We could
good,
talk about
dude.
the guitar process for it for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 of the songs are on 7 strings, in drop G. 2 of them are on 8 strings in drop E. So when we play live, we just pitch shift down to the E, digitally, just so that we don't have to switch guitars mid set. It'd be a real hassle. Going forward, we're only using 7 strings, but all the material is playable either way around, and all the 8 string material I had written with our old guitarist Fernando, and he was like adamant we stick with 8 strings. And when he and Narky left the band, I was like, oh, 7 string time, baby. And Nigel loves 7 strings, so that worked out well. So we have 4 8-string songs, and everything else is 7 strings. So currently only 3 7-string songs, but we're working on 8 new songs, and those are all going to be 7-string, and it's
Oh, yeah.
fun because honestly, like the slightly higher tuning, the slightly thinner neck, I feel like I can play faster. And that's
Yeah.
a good thing. We're trying to push the speed boundary in the tech.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Do that on maybe.
What? Oh, you wanna pull up? It's gonna be on this screen.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh wait, are we pulling up?
One of those files maybe for a riff, or what do you want to do? Which one is this? Oh, this one's not as tech.
I mean,
Oh,
Do it.
okay.
This one's heavy. Right here. Drum suit, okay.
We want people to get ready for the pit. Okay.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's an attitude moment. Change bridge. I like that. That's a cool transition. We might even do a rap.
From who?
Nigel's brother, Luke.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So this is one of the most straightforward ones. What's nasty?
I think
It is. Yeah. Kind of sad, like the chorus and stuff, especially. You know. So definitely one of the more
Yeah, hell
straightforward
yeah.
ones. An ass beater though. I like that one.
Dude, yeah, that was fucking nasty.
Yeah.
That one's called Big Bigly.
Big Bigly.
yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna keep that name. But
That's
we
just
should.
a working title.
I definitely think we should, because I really want it to be like an ode to like 2000 deathcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
hell
all
yeah.
the old 2000 deathcore songs were just weird
Yeah.
names.
For real.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, I was gonna ask. I will back on the EP. I was gonna ask what is your guys' favorite song, like individually.
Lifeless for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mine's,
It's an ass beater.
yeah,
mine's Kingdom in Flames. That
Yeah,
song,
yeah.
I mean, that song just goes so hard, and it's like straight to the point.
Yeah.
is that like same like to listen to and perform?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Oh, I'd rather perform Kingdom in Flames. I like performing that one more. But to
Kingdom,
listen to
Kingdom. I
Lifeless.
feel like from day one that we've ever stepped on stage, it's just been a song that's been able to draw out a circle pit for some reason,
Every time, pretty much.
and like that for us, like the immense like gratitude we feel towards the entire crowd because they even give a shit enough about us to like want to do that.
yeah.
That's an awesome feeling. So
Yeah, hell
like.
yeah.
I think that song, just listening to it for one, like it's such a fun song to listen to, but like playing that song live, it's so fast paced, it gets people moving, it gets the pit moving. I think it's just a song. Other than that, I love playing Crooked Dice. Crooked Dice is an amazing song to play.
Well, actually, why don't we pull this up? Because
yeah.
do you guys have circle pit on this one on the video?
I think there's like a shot or two.
There's a couple shots. There's a couple shots of the pit in this.
Fuck it.
The drums in this song are insane.
This was shot at our EP release show, Zeal.
Which, by the way, thanks for having us. at
Yeah,
that
hell
again.
yeah, any fucking time.
Yeah, what a blast.
Ooh, there's a circle pit going a little bit. Oh, it's the boss. Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that.
That was fucking nasty.
Thank
Dude,
you.
shout out Austin Schurzberg shot there, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he kicks ass.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, like all of his fucking live videos that he does.
Yeah, dude, it turned out really great. We were very happy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, both of the music videos that we've shot, shout out Tark Farmer.
For
He's a
real.
beast. He's done a few videos for us, and I mean, he's awesome at his fucking craft too. So I mean, if anybody's looking for videos down in the northern Illinois area, Tarek is the guy to hit up.
Yeah, he's the guy for it.
He's
Wait, say that
awesome.
one more time.
Tarek.
Tarek?
Yep, Tarek
Okay.
Farmer. He's a super cool dude. He's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. I mean, he's just really cool, dude. Down to earth.
Hell
kinda
He
yeah.
also
guy.
does ceramic coatings if you need that.
Yeah, he does.
Ceramic
he-
coatings?
Yeah,
Okay.
he owns
detailing.
a car detailing company when he's not shooting videos and stuff.
Nice.
Making good money. Good for him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I think both the music videos that we've been able to shoot have kind of exceeded my expectations. 'Cause I don't really know what to expect when we shoot a music video. Like,
Yeah.
I've never really.
How did the worm eating idea come about?
Tarek Farmer.
Yeah, yeah.
He said, "Hey, you know what would really sell this shoot?" And I said, "What?" And he said, "If you ate worms." I said, "Yo, what?"
Yeah.
And Eric decided, "Oh, I'll take my Mustang and go get worms." And so the man went and got worms, and they made
Fetch
me eat
quest.
worms.
I almost
Dang.
threw up as soon as he started eating
How'd they
them.
taste?
He was fine.
Did you put some salt on them at least or something? Like
No, I
Dirt.
honestly, what I did is I washed them off first. I like took them to the sink and washed the dirt off, and
Yeah.
then put them in my mouth and did the thing. I mean, Nigel was more brave than I was. Nigel was like, "Give me the worms!" Ah! I was like, dude, what are you doing?
Wait, he ate them too?
Yeah. He was like, "I got to do it too." This guy's over here like
Gagging.
dry heaving. Like,
Yeah, it was
oh god,
nasty,
this is
bro.
disgusting.
Yeah,
it
I
was
was-
disgusting,
Yeah, I was trying not to.
and it didn't even help because his dad. His dad's like one of the coolest guys ever.
Real
His
talk.
dad comes down. He's like, "You should definitely eat worms." Like, oh, thanks for helping, Mr. Wyler.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Nah, he's funny like that.
Oh,
It was gross. It was really gross. I'm grateful I didn't have to eat any worms.
You're
was
like,
bombed.
I'll sit this one out.
Yeah, bro, I'm good.
yeah, I mean that's how it came up. They were just like, "Hey,
Couldn't even do it for deathcore, dude.
No, dude. I don't even listen to deathcore.
you can't do it for the deathcore dollars."
That's fair. That's fair. I like the dollars.
Well, so where do you guys see Cicada like going in like the next 5 years? And like, you know, how does this EP set the stage for that?
Good question. I figure we'll just keep releasing material, and as we do so, you know, new merch, more money to put into marketing the material, so we get like more return and more people showing up, and just keep the ball rolling as long as we can, and just freaking try to get some deathcore dollars.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I think for us in the next 5 years, I think the biggest goal is just keep grinding like we have been. Try to put out music more frequently and on a more reliable basis,
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of see what comes of that. Like you said, we're gonna be dropping some merch and everything like that. So, ooh, maybe we should
Plug the new merch.
Plug the new merch.
plug the new merch in the podcast if Bresh wants to at the
Can I send
end.
you
but-
a
You got-
file? My phone's
Yeah,
off.
so, yeah, just
Here,
email it to
send
me.
him.
Huh?
My phone's off. You're gonna have to email it.
I can do
Is it like a like photo that has like all the designs and shit?
Yeah.
Okay, tight. Yeah, that'll be perfect. Trying to make it more of a multimedia show.
Hell yeah. When do I break out my guitar?
You really want to do that, huh? Like,
We don't have to.
What is the email again?
it's bretchproductions@gmail.com. SCH.
S.
Yep.
Hey, are you still gonna be buying Briggs quad?
We got to talk about it. He said he wants to. Last time I saw him, but yeah, talk about
Worthwhile.
it.
You gotta do it. Are you gonna keep it?
I
in the
kind of
rack?
want to, but at the same time, that the one that you got is like, is that just a limited edition? Oh, I
Yeah.
might have missed out on that one then.
Yeah, they don't offer the black and gold. They're doing red and gold, but I think they just stopped selling them. So you
Oh,
can probably
really?
find one on Reverb for like. It's
I
gonna
would
be
probably
more than
like
the
the.
gunmetal.
I would probably want the black and gold
Black and
if I
gold is
if I had the option.
the drink. Yeah, stuff's
I think Ian just has like a regular one.
I don't
The
I don't have any
classic
problem
silver.
with the gunmetal, the silver one.
No,
I-
it looks cool. It looks
looks
cool.
cool.
They all
Yeah.
look cool.
Yeah. I like the gunmetal more than the red one.
Beep, 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 beep.
I don't miss having tube amps at all.
Come on.
That's right.
Okay. Well, while we do that, let's get back into the show. So, what do you want to talk about? Like your tones that you used on the record?
Yeah. Okay.
I know you do.
I do. I do. Okay. So all the guitars are gonna be a KSR Gemini, which is like a super high dollar amp with like a bunch of different tones. It's got like 144 tones before you touch any of the knobs,
Mm.
and like basically the most versatile metal amp out there. And every tone is just gold. I love it.
Yeah, I
Um,
got some patches on my Kemper
That's right.
from like we profiled it like years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was fun. No, so it's 4 mics on a 412, and just a tube amp. That's it. And then the bass was just a dark glass preamp. Going direct. I don't know what we did for a cab for that. It genuinely might not even have a cab on the bass tone on this record. I'm not sure. Spencer does weird stuff to get the cut he wants. But yeah, nowadays I don't even own that amp anymore. I took some digital profiles on my quad Cortex, and that's that. But yeah, all active pickups.
Hell yeah.
So like
Fishman's, right?
Fishman's, yeah, Abasi's on the 7-string songs and Moderns on the 8-string stuff. And I was using the active voice, which I don't do anymore. Now I'm all about the passive voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if I could go back, I might do it different. But I think it still sounds like really good.
Yeah. I mean, tones sound great, but I knew that was a good amount of Spencer doing shit, dude.
Yeah.
Spencer's probably like, he made it sit really well in the mix and shit. You know what I mean? Spencer gets a lot of love on the podcast.
Yeah, dude, Spencer's our boy. Freaking love that guy.
Dude, yeah, he killed it on your guys' mix.
He did, yeah.
That
No, yeah,
shit
big
sounded
fan of
fucking
him.
great.
The mixes are phenomenal. He's worth every penny.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, we're big fans of Spencer.
All right. I figured it out.
All
I
right.
figured it out, guys. I promise.
No, so I've noticed something too, like how different
It's
some of the
sending.
mixes he does sound from one another too. Like I was listening to the Vapid Soul mix next to ours. So insanely different. Like they're
Wait,
shooting
he
for a
did it-
totally different goal.
He did a Vapid Soul song?
Didn't he?
I don't think
He
he did
did-
the record.
No, didn't he? Okay. I
He
didn't know
didn't do
that.
the record, but he
He might have helped them with recording a little bit,
I know he
but
had
I'm
done
not entirely sure.
What was that one song they had a while back? Before
Oh,
remember.
Yeah, he did something with Vapid in the very beginning.
Yeah, but he's not working with them now.
No, I think they just recorded.
It was like their second single.
Was it
produced.
Switchblade?
Switchblade, that was the one. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and it sounds good. Like I like that song. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That fucking
All our
beat,
shit
man.
sounds fucking dope.
Oh, dude, yeah, I like their new record a lot.
Me too.
That first song, especially, "Descent." That song goes crazy.
Hell yeah. I think my favorite one off of their new record was "The Walls Within."
Good.
That one was really good.
No, they're they're really heavy.
Yeah, they're they're like tone like whatever they do with their like guitar and bass tones are just like they got them fucking like the perfect amount of clank.
Oh, dude,
That's just
it's
like
clank and dirt. Man.
yeah.
It's a weapon. No, they sound disgusting. I love
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. they
Shout
did.
out Vapid Soul.
Shout out Dylan Greenhill, man. Dylan
Dude,
Greenhill is probably one of the most genuine human beings I've ever met in my entire life. And
Same here.
I love hugs from him.
Yeah.
Let me try on his leather bomber jacket.
Oh yeah,
And I
dude.
was like, I feel so slick right now. Thank you.
Wait,
Dude,
he has a leather bomber
he
jacket.
got it for his birthday or something.
Oh okay.
And he's like, he wore it to a show. I was like, bro, you were looking way too fly. What is going on? He's like, bro, you could look fly too. And he let me put it on.
At their
Like, oh,
at their release show, he was wearing a fucking purple corn Adidas tracksuit.
Drip.
He's dripping.
yeah.
Dude, yeah. That show was you guys weren't at that show, right?
No,
I don't think I saw you.
I had to work.
Yeah, it
was
was a fun
unfortunate.
time.
I can't really take off on Fridays because that's our busiest day.
Yeah,
Unless I'm playing a show. I don't. My boss lets me get like one Friday a month that I can take off. Is basically how it goes. Beyond that, she needs me. So sucks. I miss a lot of cool shows. All right. I like money too.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Do we have both of them?
Oh, dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well, that's one.
That
of
is
them.
fire.
Then we have.
So yeah, what else you guys got coming up this year? You guys got anything else planned? Like any other shows planned?
we got 2 shows booked right now that I know of. One's just a friend's birthday. And then another one is our release at X-Ray. I don't know. I met one of the people from a band that like I've heard of before recently. And they're like, yeah, let's play some shows. So like, I'm gonna reach out to them. I'm trying to get more shows going.
Yeah.
Because we need to play more shows. We really do. 'Cause it's been what, like a month since we played one.
This is making me angry.
There
Ah!
we go. Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
There we
Two
go.
colorways on that guy.
Yeah.
Oh
I like the
hell
red.
yeah.
I like the red a lot.
That's sick. The red and the blue.
Yeah. I like the red more.
Hell yeah. Fucking sick.
Oh yeah, dude. Sorry that took so long. Dude,
No,
what it
it's
is.
good. All right, well, probably like start to wrap it up, but
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, valid.
so my usual question that I ask at the end is if you guys could go back to when you started in music and give yourself one piece of advice, what would it be?
Ooh.
Don't buy fancy instruments. Put that money into marketing.
Oh man. And and Mustangs.
Yeah, Mustangs. Yeah. No.
I mean, that's
I think we can keep the Mustang. I don't need the fancy guitars. I need the Mustang. It's so fun.
Dude, just to kind of piggyback off of that, I was having a conversation with Marcus at that show on Friday, and he was just telling me about like how much they put into it, and it's a crazy amount, like
It'd be
per
5
month.
figures a year.
Like it's
huh?
like honestly like a jaw dropping amount that they put into their marketing every month, and that. But I mean, it pays off for them clearly, you know.
Yeah, because anytime they play a show, they make it back.
Yeah.
You know, like it's a racket. And
Mhm.
you gotta, it takes money to make money.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so that'd be mine. What about you, AJ?
I think if I were to go back to when I first started playing music, it would be focus more on the smaller things, like the smaller shows. You know what I mean? Like those little small shows are really what matters. And like, I think a lot of when I was younger got caught up in like trying to make it to these big circuits like Warped Tour and things like that. When it's like you have more fun, in my opinion, with like local shows and down home like close events where you're able to hang out with your homies at the show and like I don't know, like don't be dumb with money.
Yeah.
Don't be stupid with money. Yeah, I was really dumb with money when I was a kid, so.
I find that to be kind of a common one, is be smarter with your money.
For real. I mean, you only got so much of it, you know?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You know what? Actually, buy a van early.
Oh,
that would have
man.
been mine. Okay, hey, invest in a van now so you don't have to do it later.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yep.
Well, fuck yeah, dudes. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Fucking make sure you guys all follow Cicada, listen to their new EP,
Please.
and fucking make sure you like, subscribe, share this episode around.
And we'll see you at the EP release with
Yeah.
Zeal.
We'll see. Will you see you at
Seven Cities Dead.
Fuck yeah. Let's go. We're signing off, guys. Thanks for watching.